to just stop and give God storm praise.
Yeah.
The storms, problems, issues, needs, keep our mind on eternity, keeps our focus on the other side. It calls out to us, you need God. Your struggle is telling you you need God. Don't get far from Him. Man, I feel Holy Ghost tonight. Look around, you see somebody today here that you knew was coming and they didn't make it. You better go and tell them not to. You better buy the DVD or the CD or watch it on the internet because you missed it. Woe unto us when we don't need Him. Woe unto us when we don't have nothing coming against us. Lord says, I'm going to help somebody see their storm different. I'm going to help them view their valley different. I'm going to let them consider their circumstance different. I'm going to let them behold the battle differently. Why? Storms keep us focused toward Him. The other side. The other side. Miracles don't happen where there's no need for them. Where there's a need, it's made available for God to perform His deeds. Look at your neighbor and say, that's why you need a miracle. God wants you to show off. He loves to hear men say there's nothing we can do for you. Sometimes He waits till then. He waits till the banker says no. He waits till the doctor a lot of times says nothing else we can do. Come on. He waits for the preacher to say to you, because of your past, you can't never be used.
Come on. Preach it, brother.
He loves to hear men say she can't preach because she's a sheep. I use you as an example all the time. Back home. I knew this one pastor, and I knew he didn't believe that God calls women to pastor. But he didn't say nothing back to me when I said this. I was preaching. I said, I know a woman of God in her later 70s who's pastored over 30 years the same church. 38 now. You know, there was a man that laid by a pool for 38 years. I prophesy your 39th year here, you're going to see God raise up people who can't walk. You're going to see things get up that couldn't get up. You're going to see lives change. Matter of fact, you're going to see more fruit in the year that's 39 here than you've seen all together. In your old age, you shall bring forth fruit. Psalms 92, verse 14. Somebody shout. Here's the example I used. Some of you were here years ago. I believe it was 2010. 2009 or 2010. I remember Dylan was here. He was about 14 to 13. He was sitting over there. I was playing drums. And y'all think it's loud tonight. It was way louder then.
Amen.
And you were playing. People were up here singing. People were shouting. The place was full of people.
Yeah.
And I remember right there on that third row, a woman dropped dead. Y'all remember that?
Dropped dead.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Dead.
Dead.
And the woman of God went out there and rebuked everybody and told them to get away from her if you don't believe. I remember you grabbed her arms, went to praying and pulling, and me and your son was holding her up. And my boy was standing right there, and he remembers this day, still talks about it. And I will never forget, you grabbed my hand, and you slung my hand, you grabbed it and said, lay your hands, man, I got on her and pray. And you threw my hand that way, and it hit her forehead. The first thing hit my spirit, amen, that death ain't nothing but sleep to him. So I said, I command you to wake up in Jesus' name. It ain't nothing happened. But the woman of God was still praying. Me and her son was still praying, and I said it out loud again. I command you to wake up in Jesus' name. Amen. And my son describes it this way because he was watching. He said, Daddy, her eyes opened, and then she went. So I'll use that example. I said, some of you men preachers can't even stay in a church 2 years. Come on. I said, that ain't the only dead person that's got up in that church she's pastored. Come on, somebody. That's just one of them. I said, how many dead have you raised lately? You better keep your mouth off. Hallelujah. Anybody here, Holy Ghost? I'm telling you, God will use whoever wants him. God will use whoever needs him.
Amen.
Stand up. Sometimes you feel like God don't want to use you, but God says, I do.
Praise you, Jesus.
Matter of fact, there's some things that's went on that you don't even feel worthy to be used by Him. But that leaves you this very night. There's spirits that's tormented you, almost drove you away, almost kept you from getting here. But I want you to know she was standing outside this church tonight. When I pulled up, the doors were still locked with 2 babies in the shade waiting for church to start. God said, I was watching, just like I looked at Nathaniel up under the shade tree, and I saw him. God said, I saw you. And God said, I'm going to use you. Let me. I ain't through.
Praise you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
While you standing there with your arms raised, the Holy Ghost says, I am going to deliver your mother soon. Says the Holy Ghost. Preaching this rather than that. My God, have mercy. Man, I feel Holy Ghost. I feel Holy. God's healing somebody's heart. I'm not talking about spiritually, somebody physically, your heart. There's something been going on there, and the doctors even clarified and told you. But God says, I am healing you right now. The fire of God comes on your chest right now. In Jesus' name, you are getting a new heart. God has fixed it. If that's you, you need to stand up. You ain't even got to come up here. But you do need to stand and lift your hands. God is doing so. Matter of fact, you give out of breath all the time. He's like you just stay wore out. You can't go. Hallelujah. That's a come on now. Give him praise. That's it. I see you all over there. Holy Ghost, I curse that in the name of Jesus. I command all that to cease and desist and go from you now by the power of the name that's exalted above every name. Him that was crucified and raised from the dead. Jesus, who I preach and serve. Behold. Hallelujah.
Praise you, Jesus.
That kidney infection and urinary tract infection that you keep having that keeps coming back and you can't hardly keep rid of it. God says, get out of your seat and walk to my altar right now. And before you arrive at my altar, I will be destroyed. Hallelujah. This infection that stays in your body. Holy Ghost said, come now. You got to come. My God, if that's me, mine, I'll be running. Call somebody. Hallelujah. You keep having that same UTI and that same thing just keeps coming back over and over and over. This still blows my mind to this day when God calls out something like this in His presence. Amen. And somebody still just wants to sit there and think it's somebody else. It may be somebody else, but you know it's you. Don't you wait on them to move. You better move. You better come. Wow. It ain't going to prevent me from preaching because I promise you I ain't up here practicing. You're here. It's you. Sit there, woman of God. Lord God, I curse this now. God, the old men of God, when they pray for sicknesses, they commanded it to die. You cursed the fig tree. Holy Ghost, I curse it and I command this infection die in the temple of the Holy Ghost. I command this affliction to not arise. a second time. Nehemiah 1:9. Go from her.
Praise you, Jesus.
Touch her flesh no more.
Praise you, Jesus.
In the church shouted, hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
My God, look at your neighbor and say, if you don't feel God yet, touch me every now and then, because he's all over me.
You don't feel God touch me every now and then, 'cause He all over me.
You ain't shouted at least